it can affect your power output, your contractional capability, your endurance, your inflammation, and how you recover. So what's happening, guys? Hope your day is going well. Today we're going to review a hydration and electrolyte formula by PEScience. And we're going to go over the ingredients so you guys know what the hell you're putting in your body, and then also what these ingredients do, because these are found, some of these ingredients are found in a lot of, intra formulas, EAA formulas. And sorry, I'm kind of hyped up right now. I just finished a training session. It was chest and triceps. And I started a new training program. And you know what? I'll throw my training program, my training day in the description below, so you guys have an idea on how I kind of work up my programs there, and I put the times and stuff like that so I don't forget. This particular program is changing from week to week, so it's designed to build muscle and build strength, and in a lean mass building process. So I'll put that down below just in case you're curious, because you guys can look at it and say, you know what, I could throw that in, or I can do that, or that's interesting that that's going on there. And if you can utilize it, great. If not, hey, just sharing my training program there just for the day. I'm not going to give you my whole program right now. I did used to sell this thing. But guys, if you guys ever want to know other training days, I have no problem sharing it with you guys. So anyways, if you're new to the channel, my name is David. This is my mission to muscle. We're going to go over ingredients. We're going to go over the effects of this hydration formula by PEScience. And this is Versalyte right here. And this is a 1 scoop, 30 servings, 6 grams per scooper. And it's not really like a packed flat level scoop. It's kind of like you dig in there and there's a little dome on it. So don't be nervous. It's electrolytes. So do a heaping scoop if you want, and you're going to be fine. Or just put a little dome on the top of it and you just right in there. The flavor on this thing is a citrus splash, and it is okay. So I dry scoop it. It's a little scooper. Something like this. I just want to get into me. I mean, you can mix it with your EAA formula or something like that if you have a good tasting EAA formula. That's kind of like a citrus or a fruity flavor if you want. But this scooper is so damn small, I find no need to dirty a cup or a glass for something like that. So I just dry scoop it in the morning when I wake up. Kind of wakes up the taste buds a little bit. And for me, it's not fantastic as far as flavor. It's better than tolerable. So it's good. It's not excellent. So I hope that helps there as far as flavor goes. We'll get into the ingredients here, and then we'll get into the usage of this thing. So we got calcium. And when we go over the ingredients here, this is all for training purposes. So there's all kinds of different functions for calcium, sodium, potassium, stuff in the body. But we're going to talk about how it helps us in the gym. So we got calcium here at 190 milligrams. Now, calcium helps with regulating contractions by helping with the binding of myosin and actin. So myosin, our fibers, actually you got actin and myosin, and they kind of lock into each other as a contraction is created. So you figure 2 muscle fibers coming in and they're locking like this as they're creating that contraction. And then we need power as well, but it helps with that contractional strength as far as that goes. Then we have phosphorus at 300 milligrams. Phosphorus is going to give us that energy production for that contractional capability there. So the force, we're creating the force with calcium, and then we're getting some velocity, so to speak, with the phosphorus there, because it helps with ATP production within the muscles. Then we have magnesium at 125 milligrams. Magnesium is for hydration purposes, but it also helps with blocking calcium when it's needed. So I don't know if you guys have ever cramped in the gym. Sometimes I'll get a stomach cramp. Not a stomach. I get a stomach muscle cramp when I'm doing crunches. Like I'll be like, oh crap, one of my abs cramped up on me. And that just means right there, I'm like, shoot, I am totally lacking magnesium right there. So magnesium helps relax the muscle by blocking calcium from the muscle itself. So we got calcium being shot to it to create the contractional force, and then magnesium will step in and it'll actually, through neural connections and our body saying stop the cramping, and the magnesium is released and it's supposed to block that calcium from being in there, and then that's how you get the relaxing of the muscle. So so far I like the way they put the product together. Then we have sodium at 60. Was that 60? I think it's 80 milligrams. Man, no, it's 60. Writing's in red, and it's really small on white. I don't know what it is. When you get older, red is just hard to read. So sodium, of course, helps with hydration. But other things that sodium helps with, it helps with sending messages within the muscle fibers to trigger the release of stored calcium. So we have the idea of, before we create the contraction, this is the signaling mechanism within the body to actually signal to release calcium in the muscles itself. And then you got calcium itself that helps with the strength of the contractional strength within the muscle there. Then we have potassium at 190 milligrams. Potassium is a fantastic ingredient. Now, these are all hydration ingredients as well, so they can help with hydration. Potassium helps with the nerve signaling across the muscles, which helps with contractions as well. So all this is set up to help with the start of the contraction, when you need the contraction, and the contractional force and the velocity, or the power in the movement of the contraction. So I mean, I really do like the way this thing's set up. Then it's got taurine at 1,500 milligrams, one of my favorite ingredients. So taurine is a conditional amino acid that's found throughout the body, and it helps to protect cell membranes because it's an antioxidant. So it's used that way. And it has neurotransmitter and neuromodulating capabilities because it helps with GABA and glycine receptors in the brain to increase mood and memory. So very good ingredients for that. It also removes heavy metals like lead and iron that might build up in the body or the blood that could cause inflammation, especially in the brain. We do not want that because it could create the mitochondria dysfunction within the brain as well. So it's a good ingredient to have in the hydration formula. And I don't have any codes for this thing. I'm just telling you, this thing was put together pretty well. And then as far as for exercise purposes, this helps with cell hydration. It helps with blocking angiotensin 2 a little bit as far as disrupting it. So it's going to help with some vasodilation for nutrient delivery. And it helps with the sensitivity. They found it helps with the sensitivity of actin and myosin fibers to calcium release. So it's kind of like insulin resistance and insulin sensitivity. If you look at that, and this is actin and myosin sensitivity increasing to where if the calcium can actually enter the actin and myosin fibers, and they'll utilize it a lot quicker if you're having a problem with your contractions. So very, very good. And the last ingredient on the list is tart cherry at 500 milligrams. This is an antioxidant here, an anti-inflammatory, and it's been shown to help with I think triglycerides in the body. It helps eliminate free radicals, I believe, as well. It's kind of like a pain relief ingredient, natural. I've never had really good benefits with it, to be honest with you, these natural remedies. There was white willow bark that was out for a while that was supposed to thin your blood, kind of like an ibuprofen, and really didn't have any good effects with it, but there's probably a purpose in it. It's a combination here. This also has been shown to increase VO2 max. So, I mean, anything's going to increase VO2 max, you throw it in there, it's fine. I think it's a cheap ingredient. And this wasn't that bad of a price for a supplement here. So they really did a really good job on formulating this. So we jumping right into this. It's a hydration electrolyte formula. I don't have any codes for this thing. I don't think any of if my affiliates sell it, then I'll go ahead and put a link or code down below, but I don't think it's there. I purposely bought this. Who's this for? Let's get into that. Who's this for? This is for somebody. This could be for somebody, or a formula like this could be for somebody who's sweating their ass off on a fat burning or fat loss journey, where they're taking like GBB and they're going in the gym and they're pulling their shirt off and they're just soaked. This could be for somebody who's training a lot and their diet's out of whack. And the way you can notice that if you're not getting enough minerals is if you're cramping. Like the things that I had ran into, or I run into every once in a while. Your muscles start cramping, your calves start cramping on you when you're sitting down or something like that. Then you could be lacking some of these ingredients like the magnesium or something like that. But it's not an essential part of the training regimen. It's something that you add in if you think you're not getting enough of it, because if you aren't getting enough minerals, it can affect your training. It can affect your power output, your contractional capability, your endurance, your inflammation, and how you recover. So, I mean, you really have to look at your own diet. Like I told you guys before, I'm going to review things I've ran, and if there's information in it, like I wanted to go over these ingredients for you guys, then I'm going to give it to you. So I hope that helped. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave it down below in the comment section there. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the review. This is Dave. I got to get off going to work. We'll see you guys next time on the channel.